I don't try to tell my business, but I guess since for me it's like an exploration, it's kind of like a journal.
What's good, family? I'm Trey Henderson. I'm your host today. This is the Indie Seat. This next artist just has been described as uniquely expressive in her music. So I'm honored to introduce Shira Lee. What's good? How you doing?
Hello, Trey.
Let me get a little...
Boom.
Yeah. You just woke up like this? You wake up as a superstar?
No. Takes focus and energy.
That's good stuff. Listen, I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for being here, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
How do you feel about the current state of music? You're an independent artist. You are a real musician. Your sound is dope.
Thank you.
How do you feel about music? Are you apprehensive about your journey? Are you excited about the industry?
Yes and yes.
Oh, wow.
Well, okay, so yes, I'm apprehensive in the sense that, well, I feel like everyone maybe is somewhat apprehensive right now about everything because everything is at a standstill.
Right.
So, like, apprehensive in that sense where it's, like, just hard to get motivated and driven because you can't see the end of the, like, where is it going,
right,
you know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, totally hopeful. I mean, music, I'm going to do music no matter what, you know what I mean? I'm going to play music, I'm going to write music, I'm going to record, I'm going to do all that stuff. And I just think we're in, like, a pivot moment where we're, like, you know, we're, like,
trying to figure
adjusting,
it out.
We're adapting.
Yeah.
For me, I was doing, like, full-time gigging, and that's how I was making my living, so that was amazing. And I think gigs are going to still happen, just, like, in different ways. Outdoors or, you know, however people are going to do it. I'm thinking more of, like, recording, placements.
Yeah.
That's how I'm trying to continue my music journey.
Well, you mentioned motivation. What motivates you at this stage? How do you stay motivated?
Trey, that's an interesting question because I'm asking myself that.
Who do you look to for motivation? I'll ask that.
The first person that just like popped into my head just now is Solange Knowles. I mean, she's really exploratory with her music and her fashion and her movement. She's a choreographer.
And you got like a shaggy vest, so I know you.
You know what I mean?
So listen, are you more inspired by her as a writer? Or are you inspired by her as
everything?
Okay.
Like as a full package, I feel like she expresses using everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like her body, her fashion, her images, her music, of course, her writing, her singing, like the whole thing.
I know your stuff sounds bluesy, rock, like a little bit of jazz I hear in some of the music.
Yeah.
So you're a myriad of so much stuff, and I love the fact that I can't just say, oh, she sounds like this one artist or she sounds like this other artist. So that's actually a good thing. But in flooding yourself with music, what do you draw from more?
Probably like folk, country, blues world.
Yeah.
So like if I had to choose someone that super has inspired me just as like a songwriter and a sound, I would say Lucinda Williams.
Okay, yeah.
So she's like huge in the like singer-songwriter scene from, I don't know, back in the 90s. Neil Young, Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
Willie Nelson is the man, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, so good.
And that stuff is... It's funny. The reason why I started off by asking you how you feel about the current state of music is because in listening to some of your stuff, it has this, how do I articulate it? It has this timeless feel to it, which makes sense. Clearly, you're drawing inspiration from timeless writers and singers and musicians. It almost feels as if timeless music is still fighting for a place in the current music scene.
What is the current music scene? It's a lot. It's just like, I don't know, I'm like, there's just a lot out there. So, so like whatever my little niches that I'm listening to on iTunes or whatever is not the same as someone else's.
Right.
Because, I mean, I don't really listen to the radio. Like, I listen to the underground radio stations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I was even watching like the CMAs the other day.
Yeah.
No offense, CMAs. No offense. But I just hear the country music, it's like more like pop now.
It's being watered down. Yeah.
But then like Chris Stapleton came on the stage and like slayed it.
Oh yeah. When I listen to your music, it makes me feel, even if I'm going nowhere, it makes me feel like I'm on a journey, like I'm riding down the street or experiencing life. I
love that.
I envision that. Like riding down a dirt road.
I love that. That's what I envision.
Okay, well, hey,
pounds.
We can write. How do you keep that staple sound and without sounding redundant?
Right, without sounding like I'm going for that.
Right, yeah.
Well, I feel like that, like, feeling like you're on the move, on a journey, came from, I mean, I was just like traveling a lot in my 20s.
Oh, that makes sense.
Just bouncing around, and then like a place would inspire me.
Yeah.
So I was moving around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was writing in like different scenarios. I mean, I really love to write in nature. I don't know, just nature makes me feel like I'm in like another planet or something. Yeah. And I feel like I'm looking for something. Whatever it is.
Okay.
But I am exploring other sounds. I mean, like I have some little like R&B stuff in my little computer, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I have some. I tried to write a pop song the other day just to see if I could.
How much of your personal life is in that music?
All of it.
I love it.
I don't try to tell my business, but I guess since for me it's like an exploration, it's kind of like a journal.
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning I was kind of like little ukulele girl, like whistling.
I saw you play ukulele,
yeah. So it was more like kind of like cutesy jazzy kind of situation.
Yeah.
And then it evolved into more like folk, rootsy.
Okay.
And now I'm kind of in like an electric guitar.
How did you get
place?
How did you get to that folk? You know, that kind of. How did you get there?
Well, my grandpa played piano and he played like jazzy stuff.
So you grew up in a house surrounded by music, basically.
Yes. And then my mom, she plays guitar and songwrites too, and she was listening to more like folky stuff. We would go she would belong to the folk club, and we would go to the singer-songwriter circles, and so I was in that, like I grew up in that world.
Yeah. Well, did you ever feel the force of music, like I'm forced to do this because this is what I see, or my mom is forcing me?
Well, yes, I had that with violin. I was learning the violin when I was a kid, and then I was like, no, I want to play outside. So,
from a family standpoint, you know, the dynamic is different for some. For some, they're the musician in the family, and of course, there's everybody around them telling them, "Don't do that. That doesn't make money. You shouldn't be a musician." Now in your house,
never had that.
Clearly, everybody's a musician. So
I mean, not for work. Like my grandpa, I think deeply did want to go into that world.
Yeah.
But it was the 50s, and he had kids and a family, and so, you know, that pressure to like provide and stuff. So I guess he just didn't go down that road.
Yeah.
I mean, he studied music, and when he was a kid, he like made jingles on the radio. Wait, why did I do that? Like made jingles on the radio. And but when I quit violin, my parents were like, "You're going to regret this." They were like, "You can do what you want, but you're going to regret this."
Yeah.
And of course, I do.
So, my dear, do you feel like it's the responsibility of the artist to reflect the times in their music, whether it be your writing or instrumentation?
I mean, I think it's inevitable. I think it just happens no matter what, whether it's in the way you produced it or played it, or like no matter what, you're reflecting your time on Earth right now. You know what I mean?
That's good. Yeah.
But no, man, I think that's just up to the person. Like, I don't think it's fair to put pressure on like celebrities or artists or to do that. But I guess you can tell when like a person has that innately, like they have that thing to reveal and to mirror back to society what's going on.
Right.
And so for those people, I would say, I mean, you should give your gift of that because you have that power, like Bob Dylan had that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have that, but hey, maybe one day. I don't know.
That's good.
Well, I did, you know, when all the stuff with like Black Lives Matter was going on, like, I mean, I don't know about everyone else, but
Black Lives Matter.
Yes, but I was feeling it, you know, pretty intensely too. And I have a song called "Wake Up," and I went back and I rewrote like 2 lines to kind of more to talk about what's happening now.
Yeah.
I think I put in "No justice, no peace" or something like that. Like, I want to go to the streets, no justice, no peace, something like that. I put in. And then it put a whole new meaning on that song of like wake up, you know, like waking up.
Yeah.
Hi guys, so if you're interested in learning more about my music, you can check out my Instagram at She Makes Music, spelled out just like it sounds, or you can go to my website, shemakesmusic.com.
Listen, that's amazing. It's been a great time with you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Trey.
On the Indie Seat, I'm your host, Trey Henderson. Special thanks to our producers of this event, Context of a Generation. Once again, I'm Trey Henderson. I can be reached at the other Trevon, Instagram, and Twitter. Peace and blessings, y'all.
So that was the Indie Seat. If you like what you saw and you want to be a partner, or if you want to collaborate with us, even if you're an artist and you want to submit your work, check out our website, contextofageneration.org, or go ahead and submit an email to us at submit@contextofageneration.org. And for all the artists, make sure you put your name, your social media handles, and attach some of your work as well. And for those who are interested in being a partner or collaborating, please email us and we would love to reach back out. Peace. That was the Indie Seat. Thank you.